that this was no ordinary time. Freedom and democracy were under assault in the world. Tonight, I come to this same chamber to address the nation. Now, it's we who face an unprecedented moment in the history of the Union. And yes, my purpose tonight is to wake up the Congress and alert the American people that this is no ordinary moment either. Not since President Lincoln and the Civil War have freedom and democracy been under assault at home as they are today. What makes our moment rare is that freedom and democracy are under attack both at home and overseas at the very same time. Overseas, Putin of Russia is on the march, invading Ukraine and sowing chaos throughout Europe and beyond. If anybody in this room thinks Putin will stop at Ukraine, I assure you he will not. But Ukraine.
Oh, he ain't getting up. This dude ain't getting up at all. This dude ain't with the program. She's all in. I'm all in with my president. I get my hair done. I get to stand here and look robotic and get that money and the power. And I just got to stand by Joe and make sure he don't fall. Hey, what's up, y'all? Joe is back and he doing his hit 'em up, boy. Joe went at him today. Hey, they call him Sleepy Joe, but Joe, I don't know what dose they gave him today, but Joe was back. Joe was like, I'm the president, goddammit. He'd be like, can he remember this for 5 minutes? Can he stretch it to 10? I don't know, but he seems charged. We gave him some Starbucks and he's ready to go. Woo! That hit the spot. Get out my way, darky. Get me to that microphone. Boy, Joe is on fire tonight. Joe Biden was back. Oh my goodness.
Ukraine can stop Putin. Ukraine can stop Putin if we stand with Ukraine and provide the weapons it needs to defend itself. That is all. That is all Ukraine is asking. They're not asking for American soldiers. In fact, there are no American soldiers in the war in Ukraine, and I'm determined to keep it that way. But now, assistance to Ukraine is being blocked by those who want to walk away from our world leadership. It wasn't long ago when a Republican president named Ronald Reagan thundered, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Now my predecessor, a former Republican president, tells Putin, quote, do whatever the hell you want. That's a quote. A former president actually said that, bowing down to a Russian leader. I think it's outrageous, it's dangerous, and it's unacceptable.
That her job just to keep standing. Look at Ted Cruz. I ain't getting up.
No sense.
This man don't like Russia.
History is watching. Just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th. When insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger at the throat of American democracy.
A dagger at the throat!
On that darkest of days. We all saw with our own eyes the insurrectionists were not patriots. They'd come to stop the peaceful transfer of power, to overturn the will of the people. January 6th lies about the 2020 election and the plots that steal the election posed a gravest threat to U.S. democracy since the Civil War. But they failed. America stood.
That's her job, to get up and clap and sit back down. Every time Joe hit a sentence, I'm going to stand up and apply. This dude's like, yeah, oh my God.
Democracy prevailed. must be honest. The threat to democracy must be defended. My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that. This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win.
There she goes. Time to stand up again. Uh-oh.
What I've done ever since being elected to office, I ask all of you without regard to party to join together and defend democracy. Remember your oath of office of defending against all threats, foreign and domestic. Respect free and fair elections, restore trust in our institutions, and make clear political violence has absolutely no place in America, zero place. Again, it's not hyperbole to suggest history is watching. We're watching. Your children and grandchildren will read about this day and what we do. In November, my team began a serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators. The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so?
He don't look convinced.
Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? That conservatives got together and said it was a good bill? I'll be darned. That's amazing. That bipartisan bill would hire 1,500 more security agents and officers, 100 more immigration judges to help tackle the backload of 2 million cases, 4,300 more asylum officers, and new policies so they can resolve cases in 6 months.
Behind. I've never seen someone behind the president, sitting behind there, the Speaker of the House, just in total disagreement. Never seen this kind of disdain.
Drug detection machines to significantly increase the ability to screen and stop vehicles smuggling fentanyl into America. That's killing thousands of children.
Stand up again, woman. You might as well just stand up and keep clapping.
And then order the border. We also give me and any new president new emergency authority to temporarily shut down the border when the number of migrants at the border is overwhelming. The Border Patrol Union has endorsed this bill. The Federal Chamber of Commerce is, yeah. You're saying low. Look at the facts. I know you know how to read. I believe that given the opportunity for a majority in the House and Senate would endorse the bill as well, a majority right now. But unfortunately, politics derailed this bill so far. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress and the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win, he viewed it as a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him, it's not about me. I'd be a winner, not really.
Uh-oh. There she go.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they get by and let into the country, it's 6 to 8 years before they have a hearing. And it's worth it taking the chance of the $8,000. But if it's only 6 weeks, the idea is it's highly unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly. Folks, I would respectfully suggest my Republican friends owe it to the American people, get this bill done. We need to act now.
Oh, that border bill ain't coming, buddy. I'm telling you right now, they are hot on the other side.
And if my predecessors watching, instead of paying politics and pressuring members of Congress to block the bill, join me in telling the Congress to pass it. We can do it together. But that's what he apparently here's what he will not do. I will not demonize immigrants saying they are poison in the blood of our country.
Stand up, woman. There you
I
go.
will not separate families. I will not ban people because of their faith. Unlike my predecessor on my first day in office, I introduced a comprehensive bill to fix our immigration system. Take a look at it. It has all these and more. Secure the border. Provide a pathway to citizenship for dreamers, and so much more. But unlike my predecessor, I know who we are as Americans. We're the only nation in the world with a heart and soul that draws from old and new. Home to Native Americans and ancestors have been here for thousands of years. Home to people of every place, from every place on earth. They came freely. Some came in chains. Some came when famine struck, like my ancestral family in Ireland. Some to flee persecution, to chase dreams that are impossible anywhere but here in America. That's America. And we all come from somewhere, but we're all Americans.
All right, they stretching it for Joe.
We have a simple choice. We can fight about fixing the border, or we can fix it. I'm ready to fix it. Send me the border bill now. Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right. I thank Vice President Harris for being an incredible leader defending reproductive freedom and so much more. Thank you. My predecessor came to office determined to see Roe v. Wade overturned. He's the reason it was overturned, and he brags about it. Look at the chaos that has resulted. Joining us tonight is Kate Cox, a wife and mother from Dallas. She's become pregnant again and had a fetus of a fatal condition. Her doctor told Kate that her own life and her ability to have children in the future were at risk if she didn't act. Because Texas law banned her ability to act, Kate and her husband had to leave the state to get what she needed. What her family got through should have never happened as well, but it's happening in too many others. There are state laws banning the freedom to choose, criminalizing doctors, forcing survivors of rape and incest to leave their states to get the treatment they need. Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else can take away? Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court majority wrote the following, and with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right about that.
Boy, Biden is getting the women, baby. Biden getting the women. Y'all better start getting to work, Republicans. Y'all in trouble, boy. Biden getting them women. Y'all about to find out about these women. The dudes look like, what the hell? The women, that's right, yeah! I'm like, oh, here we go. Biden is coming, baby. Look at old Biden. Shoot, Biden ain't playing. He playing for keeps. They done got Biden dusted off. Look at him. He ain't sleepy today. Shoot, look at Biden. This dude's like, he's so full of shit. And all she doing is, I'm going to keep standing and clapping. She should have just stood up the entire speech. She looks so dumb sitting down and jumping back up, sitting down, jumping back up after everything he say. Just stay your ass up, because that'll be more than what you've done since you've been vice president. Shoot. It's the only time you see her. She do anything else, it'll be a haunting. I don't know. They gave him some Starbucks, boy. I don't know what he had, some mocha, chino, whatever. They didn't shoot. You know they didn't got all kind of stuff up in that, boy. They got a whole bunch of dopamine up in there. They got that boy gone, boy. Biden is on a roll tonight. Go ahead, Sleepy. Go ahead, Sleepy. What else?
Bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women. But they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024. If you, the American people, send me a Congress that supports the right to choose, I promise you, I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again.
There you go.
America's comeback is building the future of American possibilities, building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down, investing in all America, in all Americans, to make sure everyone has a fair shot. We leave no one behind. The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The vaccine that saved us from COVID are now being used to beat cancer, turning setback into comeback. That's what America does.
Stand up. There you go.
Folks, my inherited economy is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years. A record. A record.
Boy, she getting her squats in for real, ain't she?
50-year lows. A record 16 million Americans are starting small businesses, and each one is a literal act of hope. With historic job growth and small business growth for Black and Hispanics and Asian Americans, 800,000 new manufacturing jobs in America and counting. Where is it written we can't be the manufacturing capital of the world? We are, we will. More people have health insurance today. More people have health insurance today than ever before. The racial wealth gap is as small as it's been in 20 years. Wages keep going up, inflation keeps coming down. Inflation has dropped from 9% to 3%, the lowest in the world, and tending lower. The landing is and will be soft. And now, instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Right here in America, where they belong. And it takes time, but the American people are beginning to feel it. Consumer studies show consumer confidence is soaring. Buy America has been the law of the land since the 1930s. Past administrations, including my predecessor, including some Democrats as well in the past, failed to buy American. Not anymore. On my watch, federal projects that you fund, like helping build American roads, bridges, and highways, will be made with American products and built by American workers. Creating good paying American jobs. And thanks to our CHIPS and Science Act, the United States is investing more in research and development than ever before. During the pandemic, a shortage of semiconductors, chips, that drove up the price of everything from cell phones to automobiles. And by the way, we invented those chips right here in America. Well, instead of having to import them, private companies are now investing billions of dollars to build new chip factories here in America, creating tens of thousands of jobs. Many of those jobs paying $100,000 a year and don't require a college degree.
Woo! Man, Joe just giving out the job. Amazing what an election year can do.
In fact, my policies have attracted $650 billion in private sector investment in clean energy, advanced manufacturing, creating tens of thousands of jobs here in America.
Thanks for the super chat. You're right.
Folks, the Affordable Care Act, the old Obamacare, is still a very big deal. Over 100 million of you can no longer be denied health insurance because of pre-existing condition. Well, my predecessor and many in this chamber want to take this prescription drug away by repealing Affordable Care Act. I'm not going to let that happen.
Woo!
They stopped you 50 times before it will stop you again.
Woo! Joe!
In fact, I'm not only protecting it, I'm expanding it.
Damn!
We enacted tax credits of $800 per person per year, reduce health care costs for millions of working families. That tax credit expires next year. I want to make that savings permanent.
Man, look at that. Joe! Look at that. Joe from the battle White House.
To state the obvious, women are more than half our population, but research on women's health has always been underfunded. That's why we're launching the first ever White House initiative on women's health research, led by Jill, doing an incredible job.
Damn the men, look at them. They got the women. Look, Joe got the women, boy. I tell you, man, the Republicans are in trouble. Joe got these women.
For $12 billion to transfer women's health research and benefit millions of lives all across America. Let me close with this. Yeah. I know you don't want to hear any more, Lindsay, but I got to say a few more things. I know it may not look like it, but I've been around a while. When you get to be my age, certain things become clearer than ever. I know the American story. Again and again, I've seen the contest between competing forces in the battle for the soul of our nation. Between those who want to pull America back to the past and those who want to move America to the future. My lifetime has taught me to embrace freedom and democracy, a future based on core values that have defined America: honesty, decency, dignity, equality, to respect everyone, to give everyone a fair shot, to give hate no safe harbor. Now, other people my age see it differently. The American story of resentment, revenge, and retribution, that's not me. I was born amid World War II, when America stood for the freedom of the world. I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claymont, Delaware, among working class people who built this country. I watched in horror as two of my heroes, like many of you did, Dr. King and Bobby Kennedy, were assassinated. And their legacies inspired me to pursue a career of service. I left the law firm and became a public defender because my city of Wilmington was the only city in America occupied by the National Guard after Dr. King was assassinated because of the riots. And I became a county councilman almost by accident. I got elected to the United States Senate when I had no intention of running at age 29. Then vice president of our first black president. Now president to the first women vice president.
She's like, oh, that's me. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, the fake black woman. Yeah, put the camera on a real black woman with plastic
I
surgery.
was too young. By the way, they didn't let me on the Senate elevators for votes sometimes. Not a joke. And I've been told I'm too old. Whether young or old, I've always known what endures. I've known our North Star. The very idea of America is that we're all created equal and deserves to be treated equally throughout our lives. We've never fully lived up to that idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I won't walk away from it now. I'm optimistic. I really am. I'm optimistic, Nancy. My fellow Americans, the issue facing our nation isn't how old we are. It's how old are our ideas. Hate, anger, revenge, retribution are the oldest of ideas. But you can't lead America with ancient ideas. It'll only take us back. You lead America, the land of possibilities. You need a vision for the future and what can and should be done. Tonight you've heard mine. I see a future where defending democracy, you don't diminish it. I see a future where we restore the right to choose and protect our freedoms, not take them away. I see a future where the middle class finally has a fair shot and the wealthy have to pay their fair share in taxes. I see a future where we save the planet from the climate crisis and our country from gun violence. Above all, I see a future for all Americans. I see a country for all Americans. And I will always be president for all Americans. Because I believe in America. I believe in you, the American people. You're the reason we've never been more optimistic about our future than I am now. So let's build the future together. Let's remember who we are. We are the United States of America.
Woo!
And there's nothing beyond capacity when we act together.
Man!
Bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Joe brought the house down. Joe Biden. Man, they thought Joe ain't had no fight in him. Joe was done. Joe was falling downstairs. Joe was out there. Joe just went ham. Damn. Woo, that boy was throwing whoop ticket after whoop ticket. He was selling it all. Shoot, I'm ready to vote now. I'm like, I don't know. I might 4 more years. He almost got me convinced. Good Lord. Man. Somebody said that was the single worst speech in presidential history. Somebody said that's the single worst speech in presidential history. Oh my God. Oh man. I'm just happy they got him to go that long. I was like, man, Joe was gone. He was alive. He was himself for about a good hour, a good 40 minutes. They drug it out. I know he had a long nap. Oh my God. Man, oh man, oh man. So, the Biden plan, as you've seen it all laid out, the foundation is women, black women, and that's it. and foreigners, immigrants. We love immigrants. We love women and black women, minorities. You gonna get some out of it too, long as you say F the man. So if I'm a man and I'm a black man, this don't benefit me. You finna come up with this thing for women's health and all the women that never had this going on. There's more women living more than men. Since you say women are more women on the planet than men, that means the men are at a low rate. I think men's health should be on the menu. That should be on the number one issue. You know, I'm just taking a stab at it, but I would say, damn, if you made the point to highlight the fact that it's more women than men, highlighting, well, we got to do something for these women's health. I'm like, that's kind of ass backwards. Shouldn't you be doing something for the men? The women are going to show you. The women are going to show y'all about their voting power. They're going to show you. Yeah, the women going to go out and vote for Joe. I just, as a male and a black male, I just heard nothing that benefits me. Nothing in what he says really has my plan. Like, I don't seem like I'm in the Biden plan at all. Because I'm not. His plan is for the migrants to get everything. We got to make sure these migrants are treated as equals, but you don't treat the homeless as anything. They ain't been Americans for how long? Some of them is fought for this country. They can't even go to the goddamn hospital. If you fought in a war back in Vietnam, Korean War, you shouldn't be living on no street. Should be a military hospital for you for life. What the hell going on around here? So the whole speech, you hear women, black women, immigrants. I'm reversing Roe versus Wade for women. Right? Then it goes from now, instead of doing that, now I reverse Roe versus Wade. I'm gonna do something else. he keep doing something else every time. He don't change the script at all. It went from Roe versus Wade to the immigrants to all this stuff. Women's health care, after saying it's more of them than us, but their health care is more important. He ain't miss a beat. Oh, how could I forget Ukraine? Oh yeah, that's his other one, Ukraine. They don't want people. They just want weapons. So we're just gonna keep making sure we get them the weapons. So what we doing? We selling it to them? Are they buying the weapons? Then they say inflation's down to 3%. That's because it's election time. Then you're going to boost it back up to 7, 8, 9. Once you get reelected. And everybody going to be right back losing money again. We know how you operate. It's the same old show. So it's like, say it ain't so, but it is the same old show. I don't see a lot of stuff changing. I see a lot of stuff staying the same. So if I'm a male and a black male, I saw nothing here that makes me feel safe with my vote. But Joe came out swinging. You see, here's the thing. Trump does a very good job of making Biden look like what he is. And that's normally how he wins. But here's another thing that people don't seem to understand. More than say less than what everybody else's going rate is. Okay? The thing about Trump is he's good at telling people they suck and this is what we're going to do and against the other person. He talks about what they want to do, they plan to suck, but what are your ideas for the future? You see, that's something Biden has that they don't have. They don't have any bullshit together. All they want to do is hate what you do. And that's cool, but you got to have a plan too for the country. It's like, okay, yeah, you're great. You got in there. It's like, okay, you got the job. Now what you going to do? First we're going to order pizza. Shut up. We're all going to get a pizza. We all eat pizza. Stop. Even I don't care if you're Muslim. Everybody loves pizza. Yeah. Allah's not going to mind if you had a slice. It's like, come on. It's like they have no plan in place. And when you have no plan in place, you're just basically standing by. Right, you standing by waiting and praying and hoping stuff don't go wrong. You praying stuff don't happen. But what is the Trump plan? Ask any Trump supporter saying, okay, well, yeah, you like Trump, and well, what's his idea? He gonna get the jobs back. He gonna get the truckers back. He gonna do this back. Everything that Biden took away, he gonna get back. How? Didn't he say he was gonna get rid of Obamacare? I'm gonna replace the Obamacare. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of Obamacare. That's what he said. His whole 4 years, did he get rid of it? And what did he replace it with? Exactly. He had no plan. No plan at all. the more you see it, the more you understand it. When people don't have a plan and they run out of ideas, they just start creating stuff out of the blue. And Trump knows how to fight. It's like somebody that know how to battle rap, and it's like, oh man, this dude is a great battle rapper. Okay, now let's make this song. And it's like, he don't know how to do that. So he got to battle people in the doggone song because he don't know how to make one. All he know how to do is battle rap. That's Trump. Trump know how to battle. Trump knows how to battle. But being an actual president, he don't really know how to do it. He don't know how to do the job, but he know how to battle. If it's a debate and you got Trump up there, he gonna win. And it's just funny to me because it challenges the intelligence of the American, the American citizen when you hear the man, Trump's just outstanding. I'd be like, at what? At what? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't hate Trump. I ain't really against him at all. Like, I'm looking at what the state of the country was in. They were like, it was better when he was in there. Yeah, it was. But we would have, who knows what the next 4 years would have looked like, but when he was there, yeah. We were in a lot better off state. He didn't know what he was doing. We were in a much better state. But it was a lot of people that didn't like him there, and they definitely don't want him back. And he will not be back. Hook or crook, he ain't coming back. I've told y'all that. Y'all can cancel that. They done already wrapped up the women vote. Roe versus Wade, and you think all these men finna vote them out? Now, some key red states that might have some things to say. But other than that, I don't know. So, anyway, shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life, Ticket TV, Armando Black TV. Welcome to HDII TV, and I am out the door.